Guys, what if I told you that there's a new hit game out right now that we should all play? And what if I also told you that it's from the makers of, yes, Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbreed Championships, The Elder Scrolls Blades, IHRA Drag Race franchise, and yeah, AMF Extreme Bowling. Let's just say Bethesda's been... They've been busy, guys. But guys, welcome to the Starfield review. Today we have my wonderful co-host. We have
Jordan Hutta.
Yo,
and Jacob.
This gaming adventure. Let's go, dude. Yo, guys. Today this is going to be a massive review. This is one of the. Is this the most anticipated game of the year?
Yeah, I'd say so.
In terms of the wider.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this would be the one that Jimmy Fallon's talking about. You know?
Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like people were hyped for that too. It's hard to say.
Very true.
It's hard to say between those two, I'd say.
Yeah. But we played it, and we have some very different experiences with it. But before we get into that, guys, what did you expect going into this wonderful game?
Okay, well...
No negativity, please.
No negativity.
Yeah, please.
Well, all right. Well, for expectations, were we led on by Todd Howard a little bit?
I mean, I feel like Todd Howard always leads us on.
You dare suggest that?
No.
Guys, let's say it all together.
It cuts, I'm out of the
screen.
You wouldn't. Not Todd.
It just works.
Get out.
Yeah.
Besmirched his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there was two phases of my expectations. The first one was, wow, No Man's Sky, a game you could put like thousands of hours in, you know, explore everywhere, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then that was me after the Direct. I'm like, all right, that's going to be fun. And then the early access came out, and then I saw these streamers and, you know, influencers, reviewers talking about it. And then my expectations were lowered to go, all right, if I play it and have fun, that's what matters. And
that is good.
I feel like a lot of people's opinion, like, normally I feel like people would be like bashing, like, I don't know, like Cyberpunk. Who are the developers for, what's their developer for Cyberpunk again?
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah. I feel like they'd be like, what the frick? This game sucks. But then for this one, everyone's like, Starfield is not bad. It's not bad.
That's been 99% of the reviews. Just, it's good.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's all right.
And since Xbox, you know, did the acquisition for Bethesda, I think it's pretty good that Xbox, it's still a success, even though it's got 7 out of 10s, you know, blah, 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 all that. Anyway, so after all that came out, then I'm like, all right. Now I'm going to go in expecting good writing and me to be captured by the characters.
Yep.
Because, I don't know. That's why I value most.
It's a big part of the game. Of a lot of Bethesda games. So, And
if I go, okay, I can't fly my ship and land it wherever I want to, then surely the writing will be better.
Right.
Because they have more time to work on that versus the mechanics.
If you're not going to give me one thing, fine, but...
Yeah,
you got to give me something else to work with.
Yep.
So
anyway, that was me. All
right, Jory, what were your expectations?
So I tried to withhold my expectations when Starfield was really reaching peak announcement and stuff like that, because I was like, okay, they're obviously going to promise quite a bit.
Yes.
And I know it's Bethesda, so I know bugs and the like are just going to be part of the cake, and that's just going to have to be something I'm going to enjoy.
It's just going to work.
But as soon as I started seeing actual like gameplay footage and stuff like that before it was ever released, I immediately just kind of, you know, I knew exactly what to expect, and then you know how much I love to say I told you so.
100%.
You know.
100%.
Go back a couple of months when we were like just starting to talk about it, and I called it all.
Yeah.
I called it all.
Every little piece and nugget about it. Yeah.
Yep. Called it all and then lost it all.
Yeah.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Starfield.
For my thoughts, I didn't really focus on it too much. It wasn't really on my radar until about a month before it came out, when Xbox had that big Starfield showcase, because I watched that whole thing. But what really caught my eye is, if you guys remember, did you guys see the leaks when they came out? There was a guy that was selling the game early.
Oh,
I heard about it. I avoided it because I didn't want any spoilers.
Yeah, that dude definitely stole a truck and was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of games." In here. And
Perfect. This is good.
this is good.
Oh man, reminds me of that when Amiibos were like at peak popularity. Some guy stole like a truck that was filled with like Jigglypuff Amiibos.
Isn't that super valuable at the time though?
It was. It was like a rare one. It's just so funny. Like, all right, we got the puff in the back. Like,
wait, what's that noise?
No.
Falls asleep.
Robber falls asleep at the wheel, dies in car accident. The Jigglypuff Amiibos were saved.
How he fell asleep, we don't know. But yeah, so I saw a little bit of the leaks. There was like an hour's worth of footage. I'm not gonna sit down and watch all that. But as far as I knew before then, it was gonna be this massive open world game. I thought sort of in the regards of something like No Man's Sky, or I was really hoping for like Sea of Thieves, but in space.
But you weren't expecting co-op though, right?
No, I knew it was single player, but like the feeling of like getting on your ship, having your crew, all that stuff. Because that's probably the biggest part to me. Because almost 2 years ago now, Guardians of the Galaxy, when that came out, one of the most fun parts was just talking to the whole crew on the ship and looking around at all the little details and stuff. But yeah, we'll get into all those specifics. But I wasn't hype or anything for it. It kind of blew under my radar. But when I saw the leaks, it kind of didn't really change anything. I was still just kind of like, all right, yeah.
Yep.
It's a game.
It's there.
Yeah. So before we get into the chunks of it, for those of you guys who do not want spoilers, guys, what is your current score right now?
Okay.
Early game score. Before we get into the meat of it.
I actually really didn't think of what my review score would be, because I consider like I didn't even play enough of it yet.
That's
even
fair.
though I am literally 9 hours in, which is enough to like.
Yeah.
I feel like 9 hours in any game, you should be able to, get the vibe of it, the taste, I guess.
Yeah.
So does Starfield fit that? That quality though. I mean, how much can you really accomplish in 9 hours?
Right.
But I can review the systems in place, like the inventory.
Yeah,
which sucks.
From what you have discovered and done. Yeah.
Inventory. I would say for me currently 2 out of 5. It's a game I am not gonna play after this or anything. I'm not going home to play it.
What?
The appeal is to wander around aimlessly and discover things.
Yeah.
So this is like the perfect game to be like high on, I think. So I think if I want to relax, I'll play this game.
Maybe.
So, maybe. It won't be relaxing, you think?
No, I'm just saying I'll play Starfield. It's uninstalled.
Yep, no, it'd be maybe. No, all right, it was good it's on Game Pass. That was a good thing.
Yes.
Get it on Game Pass, guys, if you like it. And then they take off of Game Pass in 2 years maybe?
Probably.
Then you have to buy it. It's fine, but no.
Yeah, I'm glad that because I was debating buying it early, actually buying it so that way I could check it out before a lot of the public could.
By the way,
I feel so bad for the people who spent $100
Dude,
to play it a day or two before I could.
But guys, on Game Pass, what do you think about this new feature they kind of introduced for this, where you can pay? I think it was $15 for all the art book, and then you could get early access with Game Pass.
Wait,
so
really?
if you paid, I'm pretty sure, if you paid $15, however many. So this is the first time they introduced that, and then the other day I noticed that with Mortal Kombat had early access. 5 years before. Hogwarts Legacy had that. Dude, I feel like it drives the sales up of a game
I guarantee it does. It's for people that want to stream it, review it, do whatever. Yeah. You almost have to.
I'm pretty sure Starfield got 7 million sales.
I'm sure it's done fantastic.
From the early access though, just from that. Which I might be capping. Check me, guys, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to the numbers. So.
I think that sounds about right. So
crazy. I don't know. I thought that was cool. But a little fun facts. But anyway, 2 out of 5. So Jory, your turn.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna give it a harsh 2 out of 5. I might even go 1.5.
Whoa, and you and guys, Jory
this
is the Bethesda guy.
Yeah.
I was.
Sorry to interrupt. He killed the golden dragon at level 80, guys. That's how much
Guys, his dad is Mr. Bethesda. Do not mess with him.
Dad is Starfield.
Mr. Starfield.
No, I like. More power to anybody who really enjoys it. I know there's somebody out there who's sunk already like 80 hours in. It's their favorite game.
Yeah.
And
And
more power
I'm jealous.
to them. Yeah.
I'm jealous of those people.
I am not one of those people.
Yeah.
I was let down pretty heavily from from God Howard himself.
yeah.
I feel like I got slapped in the mouth a little bit by
Dang.
Todd Howard.
100%. Yeah. And for me, I'm gonna say the same. A 2 out of 5, exactly right on the mark. I don't think it's a terrible game. There was nothing that made me want to throw down the controller. But at its absolute worst, it's either A, boring as hell, or B, boring as hell.
You forgot C, unplayable. If
Unplayable.
The glitches don't let you play it.
Exactly.
I didn't run into much glitches though.
I can't say I ran into a lot of like little ones, but the ones I did encounter were big ones.
Like game
Yes.
breaking?
Yeah, like I either just straight up crashes or
Yeah, I had
I'm
to
falling
ruin-
through the plane.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm falling through the ground and I'm just like, okay.
You never had to like restart or anything? I had to
No.
restart like 5 times.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of my glitchiest moment. I didn't have
Yeah.
anything. No.
But to share with you guys the funniest glitch I had, so a bit of a spoiler, you can't kill main characters. So you can shoot them in the face and they'll get on all fours and go,
Same though, really.
But the difference with these ones is they'll keep saying their same lines. They'll be like, take this key card and go down to the basement level.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I hate this. It's like when you stare at them for too long, they're like, why are you staring at me?
Dude, that
What are you going to
pisses
do?
me off.
I want to read everything and think.
Yeah, the first time that happened, I was like, ooh, that's new.
Yeah.
But then after like the 4th and 5th time, I was like, shut up.
Yeah. It's like they're rushing you for no reason.
The
Yeah.
worst part about it is it's not new.
Oh, it's not
No,
new?
like in Fallout 4,
Oh.
you'd be like standing there too long and they'd just be like, you still there? Like, I'm waiting on an answer. Like,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
shut
which-
up, I'm getting a soda from
Yeah,
the fridge.
yeah.
Dude.
I was trying to give it a prop. But
Yeah, that's a nitpick number 1. They need to change up the camera angle for talking to other NPCs, like
Dude,
Baldur's
yeah.
Gate or something.
Something I've noticed is like their eyes follow you, their head doesn't.
Dude,
Okay.
exactly.
That's where it's like if you're like shorter or crouching, that's where they like look at you like this.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like their head doesn't look down, their eyes follow you. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
really jarring.
Dude, the amount of
They're
times,
friggin' pupils.
the amount of times I'm like, okay, can I get a money shot with this next interaction? So like someone will be at a desk, I'll jump on the desk and it'll still let me talk to them. So it's like that, you know, the money shot. So they're
Yeah.
like looking down like, yeah, you want me to take the card, huh? Yeah.
And their eyes were like,
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah.
So take
Yeah.
the key card.
Take the key card. Go down to the basement.
yeah. So, do we have a format for this, or should we just tackle it? However?
No, we do.
'Cause I can just-
We do have a format. First thing on
Very
the
good. So, overall, Jory, I'm just gonna. Grant's looking it up. But what do you think about the
Yeah.
ships, though? Like the whole ship, make a ship, fly it around. The fact that you're limited around the planet skybox or whatever it's called, that's kind of an L. Because for me, everyone's saying No Man's Sky or whatever. I want to be
Yeah.
like Outer Wilds, which
Dude.
is probably No Man's Sky, where you like
100%.
literally you take off from a planet and land on another one. That's probably No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It is.
So like I really wanted that. It's disappointing to see. Really, the ship it's for killing. Like it's just to fight.
It's quite
Yeah.
literally the levels from what was it? Star Fox Adventures.
Oh god.
Where it's like
The
going
GameCube.
Yeah, on the
Yeah, yeah,
GameCube.
yeah.
Because literally the only time that you use the R-Wing in that game is you want to go to a different planet. It's like, all right, do this like 2-minute little level. You got to shoot some people. It's like the
Dude,
exact
yo.
same thing. It's like, just put me on the
It's like a
planet.
Kingdom Hearts gummy ship.
Yes, I was thinking just that.
Yeah. And frick, I was gonna say something I forgot, but
That- well,
ships though.
Yeah.
I mean, the ship builder didn't make much sense to me. It's really complicated.
Way too complicated.
It's way too complicated.
Yeah.
And also, like, flying between planets. Okay, yeah, I was telling you guys this earlier, but, like, you go, I want to go over there to Pluto, for instance. It's like, you don't even have fuel to hit Pluto, but you can hit it Mercury. I'm like, all right, Mercury.
Yep.
And then it's like, now you have enough fuel to hit Pluto. I'm like, all right. So you have to click a planet closer, and then now you magically can get to Pluto. When you could have just, like, shoot me over there, you know? It's light speed travel, you know?
Exactly. Like, they should have done it like Guardians of the Galaxy style, where it's like, if you remember from the second one, they're like, we got to get over here, and they're like, no, it's too many clicks away. But the only thing it does is it like damages the ship, and like freaking, you know, their eyes get all big, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
You know, maybe the ship is a little damaged. You got to repair it if you go too far.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
you know? Dude, just something else aside from you're out of gas.
Yeah,
like I appreciate them trying to do the realism or whatever. But there's such a thing as trading realism for just boring content in general. Like I want to go from one planet. I see Pluto. I want to go to it, find a spot to land, and slap down. I don't want to have to hit LB and then find a spot. Okay, that's where I'm supposed to land. I just want to land wherever I want.
And I feel like other successful open world games like Tears of the Kingdom, freaking let's say it's Fallout New Vegas or some shite. Skyrim. You see a cool landmark and you go to it. Like, I see a planet, I want to go to it, but here it's so broken up, it doesn't really feel like you discovered it.
Yeah,
just click a button, you're there.
Like everything's already discovered. I'm not finding anything new.
No.
It's just this was already here. There's some rocks on it. I think 2 times did I go out of my way to go, oh, I wonder what's on this planet. And then I go onto it. One had like a little moon base. It was like a shop. Then the other one was just rocks, and it was like uninhabitable. So I was like, very fun. That was 30 minutes.
Dang.
But let's get into what should be the best part of the game. The story.
Okay.
Now, how far did you guys get in the story?
I think I can't contribute much to the story here. But the opening was pretty generic, in my opinion. I don't know. You find the alien rock. I mean, it's literally just from Mass Effect, in my opinion. It's like you get beamed, special knowledge or whatever. But basically, the story is you go to... All right, you touch a rock. You are now the chosen one, I believe, or something.
Well, it's not really that you're the chosen one. It's more that, like, oh, you saw the thing. Okay. You can join the team. Because, like, everyone's seen the thing. Oh, because
their brains opened up, or their perspective
and that's what,
opened.
like, started Constellation. I thought the beginning moved really fast. Like, way too fast. Like, you know, it starts off as, what's the one dwarf game? The Rocket stuff. Yeah, it starts off. You start by playing Deep Rock Galactic.
We're rich.
We're rich. Golden. What was it? The
Rock and Stone.
Your character has one voice line, and it's Rock and Stone.
yeah.
Rock and Stone to the heart.
If you don't rock and stone, you don't make it home. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Like, huh?
Yeah.
But the game literally starts off like that, where you start your new job, and you're mining in this facility, and they're like, here's this kind of ray gun, go ahead and chop down some stuff over there. And then you do that, you take 2 more feet, and then your mind has been opened to mysterious things beyond. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, the pirates are attacking. And then immediately after that, Barrett shows up. And then he's like, take my ship, buddy. I'm like, what is happening?
I thought it was cool when the pirate ship was showing up. It's like, oh, shit, they're coming. Like, you can see, like, the ship come from the atmosphere. And it really makes you, that right there makes me go, I wish I could do that.
Right.
Anyway,
Man, they look like they're having fun.
I bet those pirates are having a good time.
I'll go through the clouds.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so then after that, is that pretty much all you did story-wise?
No, you can keep going, and I'll say when it stopped.
Okay, for sure. Yep. So then after that, you get to Constellation.
It stopped. I'm scared.
You get to what?
Spoilers. Please stop. I'm scared.
Then we arrive at Constellation. Then you have to pick yo girl. And guys, you can date in this game. Who did you all pick?
I don't even know if you did in the game, so.
The adorable fan.
Dude,
Adoring
the
fan.
moment I
Yeah.
left Constellation, after I did the first Constellation quest, I came back, talked to whatever John Doe or whatever his name is. I got the name wrong. Sam Coe. Yeah, Sam Coe.
Yeah.
And then there was an 8-year-old girl on my ship. I'm like, get off.
Oh,
like,
dude,
I don't
that's
want
right.
I don't want her on my ship.
Dude, my favorite part about that is after you complete his mission, he's like, well, if you won't be back on the ship. And I was like, yo, yeah, I like this guy. I'd put him on my ship.
Yeah.
Well, my girl's got to come with me. We're a twin package. And I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
Get off.
Well, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Sit at that outpost in the middle of the desert.
Go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so you meet the Constellation. They're like, wow, we need these artifacts. It's very valuable. And then you give them an artifact, an animation plays, and then you're off you go to find more.
Yeah,
Right?
and I mean it's kind of basic for the most part. Nothing really. There's a few story elements like you go to Sam Coe's hometown and there's a bank robbery. But like all these missions are they're very short at the end of the day. It's like, okay, you go up to them, you try to persuade them to give up the hostages.
Yep.
Okay, you didn't do it. You go in the back and you kill them all, or you did do it and then I don't know what happens. And that's kind of it. And then you get you steal a map from this elderly man, and then you leave the area. That's it.
Yeah.
I think the most memorable part was probably going in the same line. Probably Neon. Did you guys get to Neon at all?
No.
Not yet.
No. Okay. So that one's it's just Vegas but in space. So you go into it, and there's a whole everything's a freaking club. You know, you go into a random room and it's like, oh, there's a club going on in here. And because of the stats that I put on, this is one plus I'll give the game. Because of the stats that I put on, because I purposefully made myself a neon street rat, if you will.
Oh, okay.
So we were doing a negotiation for an artifact, and the guy was like, pay me $4,000. But instead, because I was a neon rat, I was able to wave my hand, and all of a sudden the door shuts behind me, and there's little things like that. So I can appreciate the little differences there, but does it really change what you're doing? No. Because you're going to get the artifact anyway. There's not a chance that you won't.
Yeah.
We get all the artifacts and stuff like that. Have I lost you guys' story?
No, but
is that pretty much it?
Yeah, I haven't done this part yet.
No, I'm following.
That's fair.
What you're saying, so have you ever experienced a choice where you went, wow, that was a decision with splitting paths after? I can tell that I changed something.
Yes, there were 3 times in the entire game.
Okay.
In a game that I thought would have hundreds of these. I honestly thought going into the game,
Yep.
I was a little silly for thinking this. I thought that I'd be able to go in, they'd say collect the artifacts, and I'd just be like, up yours. And I just shoot up the place, and now I do something else.
Yeah.
But no, there's not a possibility. There are 3 moments where something important happens. One is do you save one person or the other? And it's simple. It's not really a big deal. I've had no attachment to these characters the entire time. So basically, Sarah was on the Eye, which is a satellite up in space that was looking for artifacts. They were like, Sarah's bleeding out. I'm trying to tap that. So I so I leave, and they're like, are you sure you're gonna leave? And I was like, yes, I'm gonna leave. And then I saved them on the Eye, came back, guys, big spoiler, Barrett is dead. Barrett's dead.
So if you stayed, you would have saved Barrett, and then Sarah would have died.
Yeah. Dude, holy.
Dang.
This character I do not care for has died. And everyone just kind of stands around his dead body like a blank NPC.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What other choices were there? The other 2?
I'm going to skip a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I did a bunch of other stuff that's just not important. Like I went to, there was like a bus of school children, and they were like, "You're pretty cool," and then I was like, "Okay," and I left. And then there was probably the funniest thing that happened to me. Was there was this ship, and it was like, "We are humans from 300 years in the past. For generations, we've been on this ship seeking this planet, but there's already people on it." And then I'm like, "Can you share the planet?" They're like, "No." So I go down to the planet. And they're just chilling. They're farming. They're chilling. They're hanging out. They're just chilling. And I was like, "Do you guys want to share?" And they were like, "Yeah." They might have to do a little bit of labor, to help out the place.
Yeah.
That's about it. So I went back to the ship. They were like, "No, I don't want to share." So I killed them. I got back in my ship and just blew the thing up. But like, there's nothing that comes of that.
Okay.
It's sort of just like I went back to the planet and they were like, "Good job, you killed him."
Were you supposed to kill them?
No, not really. It was kind of just like an instinctive, like, I'm gonna do this because this is how I'm role playing.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm sure there were ways. So I looked it up and it was like, okay, what happens if I do bring them to the planet, and then it's like, oh, they just stay on the planet. And then there's another option, like, oh, give them a grav drive and pay 10,000 credits, and they go to a different planet, and they just stay there. So nothing really happens. That's about it.
I mean, so both those things are side quests, right?
They
are
side
kids,
quests,
right? And then that one with the we need to go to the planet. I feel like with games like this, like I've been playing Baldur's Gate. There's always like, obviously Baldur's Gate you can approach however it's awesome game, blah blah blah. But like I feel like there's like the right way to do things and then the wrong way to do things. Like I feel like if you talk to a quest giver for the farmer people, and then they're like, shoot them down, then you are told shoot and kill them, then you kill them, and then you would get rewarded better. Instead, I think they're like, they're a nuisance up there. Yeah. But maybe you should have talked to a different person, and then they would have said something to do, or like a fetch quest or something.
Right, because like, maybe something would have come of it, but
yeah, the game is like, it's Bethesda. You make your own decisions, and the fact that you're feeling like it was like, you got the loot from them probably, like that's the reward you got.
It's just like, oh, I got 700 credits, and you know, it's like 30-40 minutes.
So so now you think it's, I don't know why I'm breaking it down like this, but so those were humans or like pirates, right?
They were just humans,
Right. Do you think it's like worth it to invade pirate ships and steal their credits?
No, it's never worth it. There's not been one point throughout the entire game. There've been a few times where I'm like, oh shoot, I'm low on ammo. But like that's it. Looting bodies is good enough.
Dude, ammo is like, I only played for a bit. Ammo is tough to come by,
dude,
bro.
Seriously. It's freaking expensive, too. Like, I made this god-tier weapon. I put all my money into it.
Okay.
And then, like, a single bullet for it was, like, 1,000 credit.
What?
And I was like, oh, okay.
Bro.
It only does, like, half a health bar at the time. I'm like, all right, it's not as balanced as I would like for it to be, but whatever. But yeah, so skipping to essentially the end of the game, guys. I have actually not completed this final level just yet, but from what they have explained, the second decision that changes the whole game is basically you find out that all the artifacts make up the multiverse. And
you were explaining that to me.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange multiverse. Everyone Home Alone face.
Whoa.
No.
Picture our faces being turned into cubes.
So you have this multiverse thing, and essentially the final decision is you either walk through the multiverse thing and then you become the next like hunter, or you stay out of it and then you just kind of keep doing what you're doing. I don't know how much that's gonna affect it, but like, like, all right, sure, I'm down for that.
You are close to beating it.
Yeah.
Are there any aliens you talk to, like, ever?
No. It is 100% humans.
Okay.
There's a few cool looking monsters.
Yeah.
And by monsters, I mean like it's just scorpions and ants.
Whoa.
Yeah, but there's no green men. There's no three-eyed people. Nothing.
Nothing.
Even 3 boob girls.
See,
No
that-
3
total
boob
recall.
girls.
That was another issue
Yeah.
with. All right, another issue with me. I went to that same farm, Grant. Speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 0 animals. Like you go in the red barn, like a stereotypical red barn.
Yeah.
And it's just like full of like, it's very sterile and full of machinery.
Right,
And
right.
it looks like they're making milk in there without cows. I don't even know what they're making.
Like, okay, sure.
yeah. But I don't know. It's just like, do the plants feel alive at all to you guys? Because
No.
I feel like, for one, traversing, I don't know if we need to talk about this, but
Yeah.
draining the oxygen level, it gets old. It's like, bro, stop. You're over encumbered a lot of the time, or encumbered
Dude,
in
the
general.
amount of times I've had to like
Yeah.
hit pause, go to my
hate it,
inventory,
dude.
go.
Yeah.
All right, I don't need that. I don't need that. It's just wasting time.
Yeah.
That's all it's doing.
And when I hit start, I can like count 1 second, then the pause menu shows up, and that triggers me for when I'm always going on my menus. Not
Dude,
to be a
100%.
nitpicky princess where I'm like, I need everything right. But
It needs to be perfect.
yeah, like I don't know, I really hate going into that gun menu and then like figuring out which guns to get rid of, and then it's like you have to click so many things. It
Yeah.
doesn't give you all the info right away. It's not good.
Yeah.
And also, do you think they should have had land vehicles, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even
Yeah.
need land vehicles if you had the ability to take off and land wherever you wanted.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
that's
Like,
true actually. Yeah.
I want to clumsily get in my ship and just and like slap in a random spot over there. That's what I want to do. I don't think
yeah.
that's that big of an ask.
Isn't there a
Sky,
Gundam
yeah.
War too, or something, or a mech war that they reference a lot of the time? They're like, yeah, there's a mech war.
Oh
here.
yeah, there's some sort of a war, but it's
Yeah.
just more story that doesn't involve you.
Dude, they should just get like a motorcycle in there, 2 wheels, just like ride a bike around. I don't know.
yeah. Like where are the space bikes?
Yeah, we need some space bikes up here.
It's just
Literally
like
just be the exact same mechanics as like the horses from Skyrim. It'd look
Skyrim
the
had
exact
horses,
same.
dude.
you can like
Skyrim-
diagonally kind of like
Yeah,
go
it'd
up
go
areas.
straight up a mountain like this.
I forgot Skyrim had horses, dude. This game is like
Yeah,
needs
like,
more.
Skyrim literally
yeah.
had more things in
Well,
general.
You can
like
fish in Skyrim.
goblins. There's
Well, that's the
freaking-
kind of that's we didn't really like end up there, so I didn't really say it. But like
Yeah.
yeah.
with as much reused assets as this game has from other like Fallout games and
Yeah.
stuff, I'm kind of surprised with how empty it is. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
with all the
Yeah.
different things they could have literally just ripped and then brought to Starfield. Like
Easily.
I don't understand why it feels so empty and so lifeless. Like they
Yeah.
really don't have an excuse for it.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and then we have like Elden Ring that reskins monsters we know.
Oh,
they
yeah.
do it so well.
Like the very first boss from the first Dark Souls game is an
Yeah.
enemy you can encounter in Elden
Yeah.
Ring, but it doesn't bother me at all.
No, and they like sprinkle in some new enemies in there.
Yeah, and it's like
yeah.
and Starfield does that too. Like there's like bug enemies that are just rad roaches, you know,
Exactly.
just polished rad roaches and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like
A few
Yeah.
different colors, maybe a few more.
yeah,
tendrils on it.
where's the
Yeah,
werewolf
tendrils,
/ Deathclaw / anything else that they could have used from like the other games and then
Yep.
just make a new
Yep.
monster with that. Like I'm surprised they didn't do it.
Well, like I get that they're going back to the realistic thing. I get that they're
Mm.
trying to make it realistic, but you're making a game in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just have a little bit of unrealism? Like,
Yeah, you
oh,
have to suspend your belief to, you know, to do
Right,
some of
right.
these things.
because literally, another big spoiler for you guys. At one point, you go to NASA headquarters on Earth.
That's cool.
And you end up finding all these logs that it essentially explains why they had to leave Earth.
Okay.
And the whole thing is just like, oh, there were the artifacts, the nuclear explosion. It's just Wally.
Wall.
You see, we got too fat and we had to
We
fly
had to
away.
Yeah, we put the trash in cubes.
Once all the cubes are built up, we'll come back. There'll be one flower.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be so.
Somebody could make a movie out of that. Not me, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, futuristic.
But yeah, essentially they were experimenting with the artifacts, and then Earth went Boingo mode and became uninhabitable. So everyone skedaddled. So I get it. It's like, oh, all the humans are the ones that moved into space. It's like, yeah, but you're telling me out of all the hundreds of solar systems you put in the game, it was just inconceivable
I
to
see
put
your
a
point,
single
Well, yeah.
Green Man.
There was no asset from a previous game they could have just stolen an alien from. Oh wait, yes there was. How many different Fallout games had aliens in it?
Exactly.
Come on, Bethesda.
Dude, I mean, yeah, and
Stink.
And to compare to other space games like Mass Effect, I feel like the other alien races in that game, it's like cool because your whole crew is a different race.
Yeah.
And you get people who are racist, and then you're like, it's fine, we have aliens on the ship. They're like, I'm not working with them. And it's like, it adds another layer to
makes it
it.
interesting.
Yeah.
You can bang alien babes
Dude,
in
yeah.
Mass Effect.
Now
Where
we're-
are the alien babes
That's
in
true.
StarCraft?
Yeah. And
Up and left.
I lost my point. I lost my train of thought, Rick.
I'm sorry.
I thought Tally Zora, and I'm like, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, in the Citadel, based with the constellation. I don't know. There's like this is an alien that's just a brain, and he's like, "Attention, everyone, join my religion, please. My religion is cool because of the." And then it's like, "Oh wow, you can like just listen to him and learn about his culture, I guess."
Yeah.
But then you're learning the lore of the space. Here, you talk to a human. You don't need to know their culture or how they live.
like-
really, I mean,
You're not interested at
Yeah.
all. Because, like, when you're on a ship, there's a big lizard man that walks up to you, and he's like, let me
What
tell
the
you about
frick
my...
is that bug?
Yikes. Moth!
Mothman!
Killer moth!
Poor moth. That's it.
Killer moth.
Killer moth! Yikes.
All right. Oh, villains, Grant. Are there any villains other than the hunter?
No. From the
That's
main
sus.
missions that
Yeah.
I have done, there are no villains. And when the hunter kills Barrett, you can team up with them. and then we find out.
Wait, so you can. All right. So Barrett dies, and all
Yeah.
you're telling me this earlier. All the dialogue options are no.
Yeah.
God, no. Oh God, this can't be happening.
This can't be
and
happening.
they let you join the hunter that killed him, and there was no option that was going. This is kind of sick, actually.
No one
Barrett's
cares. So basically, Barrett's bloody head
Yeah.
drops on the floor. There's a little thunk.
Yep.
And then, your three options
Yeah.
are no, or it can't be happening, or Barrett, no,
Dude. Yeah.
crap like that. So after you grieve, and the dumbest mission in the whole game, by the way,
Yeah.
is it's Barrett's funeral. That's the mission.
Okay.
So literally, it's
After
just
Barry's
you just have to bury him. So you have to shoot his body into space.
That'd be sick. That'd be cool.
Yo.
That'd be interesting.
Salute, Barrett.
Freaking space burial.
pulling through. Yeah, like seconds before.
Guys, I'm fucking.
Blows. Yeah.
Just freaking blows up.
Yeah.
But literally, you have to wait 5 days. So here's what I did.
In-game days?
You just sat
In
in the
game
chair
days.
and waited
Yeah.
24 hours
I just
5 times.
sat my butt in a chair. Yeah, and I was like, wait, 24 hours. Wait, 24 hours. Wait,
Dang.
24 hours.
You can do
2 more
48?
times. Huh?
You can't do 48 hours. It's just 24.
Just 24 hours.
Damn.
And so I'm chilling there, and then they're like, I'm glad you made it. I'm like, yeah, I've been sitting here for
Freaking like Captain
5
America.
Never
Freaking just sitting.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
moving.
So that happens. You bury him, and then you team up with the hunter because he basically explains you have a choice. You can either team up with the priest or the hunter. The priest is
Okay.
like, the artifacts are a holy being. We must use it to save the world. And then the hunter was like, you get him just because you want to get him.
Okay.
And I was like, I vibe with that more. I'm not on some holy quest. I'm doing things my way.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I'm going to be able to like team up with him, and he's going to be like fighting beside me. No. And the priest is still there too, by the way. He doesn't like go away. So
Damn.
you make a pointless decision, and it's fine, whatever. Then the final decision in the game, at the very end, is you see the big old artifact thing, and then you can decide whether to leave and start over as a Starborn,
Okay.
or
Is that New Game Plus?
yeah, it's just New Game Plus.
I heard there's no reason to do New Game Plus. I think. I heard rumors. All right, keep going though.
Yeah.
Hey,
there we
didn't
go.
you say there were 3 important options?
I did. The final option is there's one point when you're on the eye after I saved Sarah, and she was like, I was so scared. Things were whispering around me. And then I chose to respond by saying, I know what I'd like to whisper into your ear.
Yo.
She then did not date me.
Dang. She said she heard whispers. When you hear stuff like that, like I heard whispers. Are you thinking there's like, I don't know. I guess I would, if I heard her say that, I'm like, there's aliens messing with their brain.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just her just being crazy, I guess.
It's her being crazy because the ship was attacked, and now she's like, I'm hearing whispers. And rightfully so. All that I think of that is, okay. When I leave the ship, and that's it. That's all there is. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you guys are thinking. After, the hunter comes, kills Barrett, storms the eye, what do they do differently to protect themselves? Do we move hideouts? The answer to both of those questions is no. Then the game ends. So, woo!
Interesting.
I mean,
yeah. So, guys, how much would you have to be paid to finish that story?
Oh, dude.
This is
A livable wage.
For me,
it would
$0.
A livable wage because it would take forever.
I would do it. I don't know. $0. Just anytime.
Oh, you would just do it in general.
Why
Okay.
haven't
Time
you?
is money.
Time is true.
I don't know. I have to beat like 10 better games and then I'll
Very true.
Those aren't hard to find.
yeah, so all right, story's a little sus then, but what do you think about the combat? And Jory, you play the Fallout games, and there's it's an FPS in that game too. Maybe a third-person shooter if you want. What do you think about the gunplay? The gunplay.
I didn't really know how Bethesda could have changed it up without no longer being Bethesda.
Yep.
Right.
But it literally is Fallout 4. The gameplay itself, it literally just feels like Fallout 4. Except you can climb ladders. You can climb ladders.
Wait, what did you do in Fallout 4?
You just pressed A and then it loaded to the top of the ladder. And there was a loading screen. But like it literally just feels like a space mod for Fallout 4.
I can see that.
I could see that.
But I mean, I feel like the textures on the guns, like the details, the animations. I feel like the guns are pretty decent.
I mean, you can guns are like the best part.
You can get mods for Fallout 4 that make any gun look shiny and nice.
It's true, but you're saying mods. I'm saying vanilla release.
Well, I'm saying at its core, it literally is just a shinier Fallout 4.
Okay, you're saying like shooting someone's still the same. You didn't feel any more like
everything
fluidity
is still exactly
are all the
same.
guns like the same? Like, it's the same. That's the gun from
honestly,
Fallout 4.
in this game,
well, no, but I mean,
yeah.
it's like you got some weird spacey looking guns,
right?
But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it shoots 3 bullets. It shoots
the same like zeros and ones as the previous gun.
This one is a shotgun. You know what I mean? It's the same.
I heard a comment online that said that I read a comment that said that there's like 4 different types of guns in the game. That's it. Is that true? Like there's a rifle, like pistol.
There's variations of it, but yes.
Okay.
There's strong pistol, medium pistol, and light but fast pistol.
Okay. Yep.
You have shotgun.
Yep.
Bigger shotgun.
Automatic
shotgun.
Okay.
Then you have sniper rifle.
Slightly less sniper rifle.
Slightly less sniper rifle.
Sniper wolf. Every time you shoot someone, wow, you just shot that guy.
Oh my god. Dude, yeah, that was another thing that freaking pissed me off. Like, everyone hates you. Everyone is mad at you. I'm like, bro.
Oh, it does that thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you never just like randomly like shoot someone?
No, I don't have that dog in me. Like in GTA 5, I follow the road rules. I'm a freaking square dude.
That makes you a good man, Jacob.
Well, in Baldur's Gate, I'd say I kill some people in Baldur's Gate. Anyway, so gunplay's fine. I mean, yeah, traversing sucks. Do you guys like any crew members with you? Any crew members at all? No. Robots?
Dude, I regret picking the adoring fan. Like,
dude,
every single person in that game that I have encountered is either totally forgettable or I hate them to the point where I like go out of my way to avoid them.
Yeah,
I just wish they had more lines. Like the adoring fan guy, he says like the same 2 things every time.
I am literally breathing the same air as you.
Yeah.
I am so lucky. Like,
shut up. Honored to have your presence. As I'm like lifting away. I'm like, okay, thank you.
If you have any orders, be sure to shoot them my way. I'm about to shoot you.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other gameplay? All right. And sorry to drag this on for forever, but Graham, did you do persuasion? What'd you do for talking? Do you do a talking build or do you do a fighting build?
I did one row of each. So by the end of the game,
that was what I was gonna mention. The freaking rank up system.
is so
It's
stupid.
stupid. All right, so
Do you want a jetpack?
Yeah. So, all right. For one, you think it's cool looking in. It's like, oh, you can specialize in this one specific perk because I'm doing the science tree, for example, and in that tree there's a pilot perk which unlocks like ship stuff, whatever.
Yep.
But to whenever you level up, you get 1 point skill point you can spend, and it's like destroy 5 ships, and then you destroy 5 ships, you spend a point. But the issue is if Grant doesn't put his point to initially unlock that piloting skill, when he unlocks it and say you put like 20 hours in the game, you've already killed what, like 200 ships probably?
Yeah.
A ship an hour.
Now I have to start over.
Yeah, now you have to start over, and
Yeah.
you start at 0, and then you have to go back to 5, and then the next one's like kill 10 ships, the next one's kill 50 ships. It's stupid. It doesn't
Yeah.
keep track
Yeah.
in the background, which I despise. It's stupid.
I don't understand why it's not just a point thing to begin with. Just make it points.
Yeah.
I don't need like little things to do. Like I get it. It's like, oh, you're perfecting your abilities, but it's just not needed. Like, why do I need to kill 20 people to get a jetpack? Like, I don't think that's needed.
Yeah, get a jetpack, kill 20 people, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, at least it wasn't like the Diablo 4 perk tree or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Dude, Diablo 4 perk tree, just look up online guide. Like,
Yeah.
that one.
yeah.
Yep.
Like
That
there's
game sucks.
there's like only 2 little skill trees that I'm gonna go in Starfield. It's like melee combat because I'm not using any guns because I said this
Yeah.
game is silly. I don't even need guns, and I haven't used a single gun yet. The
Yeah,
entire
I've witnessed it.
game.
It's pretty
Yo.
funny.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
used a single gun the entire game. I've only been using my fists,
Nice.
and it's not fun. It's
I mean,
not.
it will
It's
be
not.
fun
It's
when
not
you-
fun because it's like hard. It's not
Yeah.
fun because it's like boring. There's only like 3 punch animations.
Oh.
And I just get to watch those
Over
for
and over
every
again,
single enemy.
All right, not to be devil's advocate, but do the other games have more than 3 punch animations?
No.
Okay. So it's just a Bethesda trade.
Well,
just Bethesda.
I
in
have
general.
to think, actually, in like
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas, and I think 3, if you had like melee weapons or unarmed, I think if you just kept swinging, it would just be fluent, this.
Oh, I think
Over
I've
and
seen
over
that,
and
yeah.
over and over and over. Yeah, like brass knuckles
Yeah,
and
brass
boxing
knuckles.
gloves.
Yep.
But in this and in Fallout 4, it's like you get like 3 punches and then he stops and then like it resets. Then he get you the same 3
Oh.
punches, then he goes back to nothing, then 3 again. And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
just give me continuous ones. I
Yeah,
don't
you want
wanna
the
stop
Batman
this.
Arkham Knight versus a
Yeah, true.
fat guy.
It would just it would save so much time. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you right
It'd look
now.
better.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you
That's
right
true,
now, though,
yeah.
it's going to get to a point where it's like swarms of people just pop out of nowhere. So punching is going to be like impossible.
Okay.
Because I tried doing
Yeah.
I had like a hatchet or whatever one was like emergency hatchets,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, yo, cut them down. But it gets to the point where they're so like sponged up with health that like I hit them once and they're like, that was nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Do enemies have levels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
fucking
do.
hate that, dude.
Yeah,
So stupid. I
yeah.
hate it. I mean, sure, like, just hide the levels for me. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I hit
I don't wanna see
them,
them.
it does a little bit of damage. I'm like, all right, that's, like Dark Souls, I guess.
Yep.
Versus, like, you need to be level 20 to be here. Like, really?
yeah, exactly.
I will say in Fallout 4, like they didn't have the numbers or anything, but if it was an
Oh.
enemy that was tougher than you, there was just a little skull next to their name.
Okay.
Like I like that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
there
that
was,
works.
There
That
was no
works.
level numbers. It's just like if you saw the skull, you're like, okay, this guy's a little tougher.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't anything
Yeah.
out there like that.
Yeah. And, all right, if you guys have anything else, we can move on to music, too.
Yeah. So
Soundtrack. I honestly, I don't even know.
let's just say the first song.
That was track 1
a
on the
banger.
Starfield soundtrack, dude. What do
I
you-
could
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
the L and the I moving when you were saying that.
Yes, you. Yeah. Atmospheric to the max.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Very atmospheric.
What even- I
I
don't
don't
even know
think
the
there
music.
is music. I think it's just
Wait, really?
the one song. I mean, there's a little bit of like ambience where it's like,
Yeah, there's ambient music. Like when I fell through the floor at the rock, I just kind of heard the dunk 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 music, and I was like, hey, there is music in this game.
But
Right, like, it's
even
not
in combat,
noticeable,
in
at
combat
least.
situations, there's no music.
I might tune it
No,
out. I can't.
yeah,
I don't
I
even
mean, I
know
guess
if
there's
it's
probably
I'm just
isn't
picturing I'm picturing Halo 2 music.
Dude, yo.
there is probably music,
Fire
but
Space
it's,
Game,
it's
probably.
not like
Yeah.
memorable. Like there's no
Yeah.
hook that I'm like humming along to.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not like getting pumped to fight.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like space games, I always love the music for space games.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Outer Wilds I love. That's the only space game I've played. Oh no, Halo.
Mass Effect.
Halo, Mass Effect.
Mass
I'm just cutting
Effect,
myself
yep.
short here, guys. But yeah, I mean the music is
Yeah.
I love the music in those games. And then
Okay,
here
okay.
it's just like I don't even notice it.
Yeah,
So-
it's just I can't think of. I'm
You're
going
not
through the
gonna-
entire story. I can't think of anything.
You're not gonna buy the vinyl, dude, for like
The vinyl's
80
coming
bucks,
soon.
dude.
Yo,
Dude.
I need a vinyl.
You know it's gonna be
Steelbook.
expensive. You're not gonna buy it. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Todd Howard needs to keep the lights on.
Dude, he does. That watch is so cool.
We
and also,
were-
oh,
What?
all right, another really specific nitpick of mine. The
Yeah.
Pip Boy is more high tech than that watch. Like, bro, like in a
When do you use the watch? I actually
I
don't
think
know.
I thought about it when you the pause menu is there's a circle there. So are you like
Oh.
golden eye going like this every time?
Yeah, but I want it to feel
Sure.
like that though. It just feels like a blank menu.
I straight
Yeah,
up
dude.
thought the watch was like when you press LB and it's like that scanner. I thought that was the
Oh.
watch.
Oh,
I could be
yeah.
They
totally
do that
wrong.
circle a lot though, because they do the INL, they do
Mm.
that circle, then they do that like you're talking about in
Like-
your ship when you're looking around.
Why in the world is it like B crouches when in like the Fallout games, that's how you bring up the Pip Boy? Like, what's the point of giving the watch if like
Yeah.
if you don't even remember you have it? Like
There's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
half expecting to literally see the copy and paste animation of the, looking at your watch to see your inventory and
Which
whatnot.
would have been fine.
I would have
It's-
preferred
yeah.
it honestly
I would've
over the
preferred
menu they have now.
Like until
Same.
you guys mentioned it today again, like I forgot the watch was a thing. I did not remember getting a watch.
Dude, yeah, and then the Pip Boy too had its uses because you used it as a flashlight. So you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm like techie. But then
Yeah.
Starfield, you just turn on the flashlight, and then it's just, I guess it's on your helmet. But
Yeah.
there's no cool aspect to that.
Well, actually, what I've noticed is that I was like, oh, it's on the helmet, but then I
Yeah.
was in the main the constellation area.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, I'm not wearing my spacesuit. So I went to third person mode and looked around my whole body, and the beam of light just kind of emanates in front of your nose.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, very cool.
Very cool.
It
Very
just works.
It just
works.
cool. Yep.
Yep.
It just
It
works.
just works. So, I guess just wrapping up my thoughts and opinions. Grant, anything else?
Well, the only other thing that I had was graphics. What did you guys think of the graphics?
Okay. Yeah.
Like
so
just how the game looked in general, characters, all that.
there's moments where it looks good and it looks bad. Like in
Yeah.
certain interiors, the attention to detail is like God tier. Like there's this one mining planet where it's like days without any incidents. It's like as a rising number. And then I shot someone and went to 0. That's like a cool attention to detail. Little
Yeah.
small
It's really
thing in the
cool.
back. Then you got like the ship where there's all these buttons and it's really cool looking. What
Yeah.
the frick? I'm just kidding. And then you get the planets where they're empty, gray,
It's just
kind of
Basic,
Okay. Each
yeah.
lab on the planets looks the same.
yeah,
It-
100%.
And there's always pirates inside there, so it's not like you're seeing anything new. Okay, so that's the environment. The inventory, I probably pronounced that word wrong. I did. All right, perfect. Like the canned goods look amazing though. Like the food,
Oh,
So
yeah,
the
dude.
miscellaneous
Yeah.
items look really good.
miscellaneous
Yep, yep.
items. Whoever the artist who was in charge of that, they did a
Great job, great job.
Yeah,
But
they're
dude, to that point though,
Yeah.
with everything looking the same, that was the thing that bugged me because I remember I got to a certain point. I went to a brand new planet, and I had to talk to people inside. So I go up to the door, and I'm looking at the speaker that they're talking through, and I'm like, that's the same exact speaker from like Sam Coe's planet, Constellation. It's all the exact same building designs. The people are the
Dude,
exact
yeah.
same.
Okay, like
Buildings are the same.
was that farm weird to you? It was just so off-putting for me
Yeah.
to see like
Yeah.
a red farm barn on like I think it was grassy. I think it's just a rock,
It's
like
just a
space
rock.
dust.
Yeah.
Just rock, and then there's no tractors or equipment outside. It's just the buildings and the planet. It just didn't seem real to me. Like
Yeah.
I'd have a pallet leaning against a barn in space or something. Actually, it'd be floating way, maybe. I don't know how space works.
That one pallet there leaning up against it really just ties the whole scene
It really
together.
makes me think farm.
Pallets, farm.
Dude, guys, we're
Connect the
going
dots.
after this. Let's play some prop hunt, guys. Let's play prop hunt.
Prop
I'll
hunt,
play a
let's
pallet.
go.
I'll
Dude.
play some wall. Let's go.
You want to just go bench press pallets right now?
Dude, let's go.
Dude, let's
Bye,
go,
Grant.
dude. Yo, guys, we're out.
Pallets.
Yeah, but so yeah, I think the graphics are good, and I don't know. I think the gun animations are cool. I think the guns are fine. I think they're cool. So
Yeah. No, I definitely think overall, just to give it the benefit of the doubt, I think the best thing about the game
yeah,
is the combat, mostly.
Yeah.
In terms of like going into a room and taking out a whole group of enemies, it's satisfying.
it's satisfying. Is it challenge? I don't think it's a challenge.
It's
though,
not
really.
challenging.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the thing.
It is satisfying though.
Zooming around like a half abandoned like spaceport in zero gravity, just like floating around shooting spacers.
There's zero gravity in this game?
That's pretty entertaining.
Wait, what was it?
There's zero gravity in this game. What the frick?
Oh,
I never flew around.
Space?
Wait,
I didn't fly around. I didn't know there was a mechanic. Where
wait, did you ever go to the moon? That's like one of the first planets, or not planets. But
I don't know. I went with
this
Sam
was-
Kolik immediately.
yeah.
This was
Oh,
like a
that's fair,
space
that's fair.
station that I just like
Yeah.
kind of stumbled across,
Okay,
and
yeah.
I just like went up and docked to it.
Wait, you could like fly up and you would never fall down.
Well,
I mean, you fall eventually.
I'm inside the like space station, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like you jump up,
Yep.
and then it's like you just keep going up,
Yeah.
and then like
Oh,
I think
okay.
you slowly start coming down.
Okay, I've had that before on planets. I haven't had it like that where I'm super floaty though. I've had it where I
Oh.
like jump longer.
Oh
but-
yeah, no, like you're
Yeah.
straight up like almost flying.
Dude, that's sick.
around,
That's cool.
you know.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
huh.
yeah. Moments like that, perfect. And actually, another, for the benefit of the doubt, the best level in the entire game is toward the end of the game.
Okay.
There is it literally turns into a horror game for a level, and it like actually had me on the edge of my seat. Like I went into this building, and there's this guy that's just like I've been collecting artifacts for so long. It's the same basic thing.
Yep.
You walk in,
Get the goober.
yeah, get the goober, get out. You got to shoot some people. You leave. Nothing happens. There was one time there was a lady that was like, let's see, do you want me to team up with you, or are you gonna give me that artifact? So I killed her.
Yeah.
Had it coming, really.
Yeah, exactly. Son of a bitch.
Take my goober, will you?
Yeah, get the frick out of here. But there was this one that I entered, and what saddens me about this is that this should have been every single time I get an artifact. Not the same exact concept, but essentially you walk in, and you're walking, the guy's like, all right, yeah, come up here, we can talk to the director. All of a sudden the game like flashes, and you're in this like bloody filled room with
Yo.
like pus squirting out of the walls, and these like scorpions start coming after you.
Whoa.
And I was literally like, what's happening? So I'm like shooting everything, and I'm like, is this a glitch? What happened? And all of a sudden it snaps back, and the guy's like, what are you doing?
Oh,
So I'm like,
yeah.
what the
I
frick?
don't know.
Like, I have no idea.
That wasn't a microdose.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one moment where I was in like it happened again, but when I spawned back in, I was in like the cafeteria, and I like shot a lady's leg, and she was like, ow, 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 and I was like, holy God.
Take this key card. You need
Take the key. This is that exact area, though. This is where that happens.
Take this key card.
I knew it.
Take this key card, bring it to the basement, and
Watch out for the pus.
yeah, ignore the pus. But the coolest part about it is that whenever you went to this hellish landscape, you learn that the reason that it's like this is because they were experimenting on an artifact, and it's like altering reality. So there's one guy named Raphael, and he's in the building that blew up. So in the hellish version, he's the only one who survived.
Okay.
In the good version, he's the only one that died. So you have to decide by the end of it if you want him to live or if you want to let the whole team live. And they were a little rude to me, so I killed them all.
Yo,
By
dang.
basically, once you get
Interesting.
to the artifact, if you pick it up, you have to choose which world you pick it up in, and that's the one that lives. So I really like that overall. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And it just kind of made me think because that was.
So you get to interact with the team, and then also that leader dude, Raphael.
Yeah, and he like sometimes he'll pop out of nowhere. He'll be like, "Oh, there you are," and it seemed random. At least it felt like that.
It's like, "Oh, there you are. You're not gonna pick my universe, right? Hey, all right, bye.
Come on." And I was just brutally honest with the other universe because they were like, "Just to remind you, all of us have families," and I was like, "Bro, shut up."
And then you're like, "There will be a tournament of power."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah,
cool.
And it just sucks because that was the final artifact, and then they're like, "All right, go beat the game." I'm like, why wasn't that the entire game? I want more of that.
Yeah, more decisions that have weight to them.
Yeah. Exactly. And like now, Raphael joined my ship, and now he's like actually a part of my crew. And I have no idea what would have happened if I saved the other world, but it was something where I was like, oh, I actually feel like satisfied doing that.
Yeah. Huh.
So
interesting. That's really this whole time I've been quiet. Well, I've mentioned Baldur's Gate a bit, but I've been playing a frick ton of Baldur's Gate 3, and I mean I think it's on a lot of people's minds after playing that because it came out a month before Starfield. That game really spoiled, dialogue options for me, like hardcore.
Oh, it's the ultimate.
Dude,
of that.
Yeah. I don't know. So it's interesting to see like Bethesda's still a little stuck in their ways, and they're not really changing it up too much away from their formula.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know.
Like I appreciate the idea of doing space, but this definitely needed not even like more time in the oven. I think what they did is it's clean.
Do you think
for the
they
most part.
prioritized it wrong? Like
they prioritized it wrong.
Yeah,
definitely.
They should have instead of concentrating on the ship building, give us one ship and you can fly anywhere or something. Yeah.
Work on the areas. I don't need a million different planets to fly.
Hey, that's a better point. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like focus on the characters, different models, all the different lore and stuff like that. Because I felt like there was almost none of that.
Dang.
That's what really holds it back for me.
Space needs lore. I mean, planets, there's cultures out there. Yeah.
Like me running into a bus full of middle schoolers doesn't make me go, yay!
And can't you? Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say, I mean, like this game has like moments that are kind of cool. Like I saw on Reddit, someone just took a tour of the main city and it took like an hour, and then like the tour, it's just a tour. That's it. There's no robbers that show up or something. So I don't know. It's like kind of cool to see that they do stuff like that, but then also what they're looking at isn't that interesting, I guess.
It almost feels like there were two parts of the team that were working on the game. There was the one side that was working on like, all right, another planet. Okay, next Friday another planet and another planet. And then there were like 2 or 3 dudes that were like really into making like, oh, I'm gonna make a tour.
That's mostly they did Outer Worlds.
Check out the detail on this bitten sandwich item.
Right. There's actually a little bit of mayo dripping down.
Like, does that not make you hungry?
That'll make you hungry. Yeah. Anyway, so should we do final thoughts?
Yeah, so final thoughts for the game. Let me see if there was anything else.
Yep.
I mean, last thing is just... well, that's kind of graphics. Yeah. Glitches. Were there any bad glitches?
None for me.
Okay, none. I had to restart my game a few times, Jory.
Yep. So soft locked.
Same here. Game crashing. That was probably the major one. It would just, I like a loading screen. The little wheel would just freeze, and then it'd quit to the home menu. Like, okay,
this is why loading screen.
Yeah. That happened a few times.
Too much.
The biggest noticeable one, and I think I took videos of it on my Xbox. But like I said, just straight up falling through the floor. Like I can see the map.
Right.
I can see the world rise above me, and I'm just falling into nothing.
Yeah.
Like that sucks.
That's like the number one thing that would take you out of a game. It's like, well, I'm done.
Yeah, no, and like the 2 or 3 times it happened, every single time I just like quit the game and be like, well, I'm gonna do something else for another while, however that long is, and start it again.
That's enough time of not being productive, I guess.
Yeah, it takes the wind out of your sails almost immediately.
Exactly. Yeah.
For a big game like that too, you don't really want to lose progress.
Yeah.
But I just had a few of those crashes, and there was like a little bit of clipping. There was like a door that was like doing that thing where it like flashes because it's like 2 different textures trying to like be in the same spot.
Oh yeah.
But not really a big deal. Like I said, it's a very clean game. I don't think there's too many problems with it. I mean, it's so massive. You know, you're going to come across issues, but
how ironic is it that like it's for Bethesda? It's like it doesn't really have a huge problem with glitches.
Yeah.
But everything else in the game is super lackluster. Like usually it's the other way around.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Like come on.
Actually, that's a good question. Would you have preferred the exact opposite?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it was just like glitching out, at least like I know like they can fix
All right,
that.
all right, Jordan.
Right.
I have
They
the
can't
monkey's
really,
paw.
You can't
I have
really
the-
fix
I
it.
have the
Yeah.
monkey's paw. It's as good as Skyrim, but it's as glitchy as 76.
I'd take it.
Okay, dang.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I'd definitely take it because it's like you know like some of the glitches are even funny.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what I
true,
mean. Some
yeah.
of them,
Right,
some of them are
The
fun.
T-posing NPC.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
stuff like
yeah,
that. You know,
yeah.
I get a giggle out of it.
Yeah.
But it's like if it's just glitches, like the developers can update and patch that.
Yeah.
If it's just lousy writing, if it's just a boring bad game,
There's nothing to fix.
Man.
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
like No Man's Sky. It took them literal years
Yeah.
of feedback and
Other
everything to
mid-game.
constantly like. It's good. Like to,
Yeah.
like it's honestly
I'm
like
joking.
one of my more favorite games as of now.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and it took them years to get there, and I honestly can't really see Starfield following the same track.
No, yeah, that's
I-
true.
I don't think so. I think Bethesda
long
is the
feedback.
type of company to just move on to the next project.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they'll do
we didn't
Yeah.
make $6 quintillion like
Yeah.
we did off
A
Skyrim.
little
We might as well
disappointed
move
with
to
the
the next
money.
project.
Do they dabble with DLC ever? Like,
the Skyrim
Okay.
had deals.
Skyrim's got DLC. Fallout,
Yep.
like every Fallout game's got DLC.
Okay, so they might do some
Fallout 76 is
DLC
all
for you.
DLC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is just
Subscription.
Fallout 4.5.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, my final thoughts. It
Yep.
seems like a good game. It's just I'd rather play like Mass Effect. You know.
There's better games that
Yeah.
do almost the exact same.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my final thought would be like I expected No Man's Sky and a little bit of Fallout, and I got Fallout and a little bit of No Man's Sky.
Yep.
And the way I see it now is it's like, well, I already have plenty of hours and time invested into both. So I'm
Right.
just going to continue to play Fallout 4 and continue to play No Man's Sky and then
Yep.
just put Starfield where it
Oh,
belongs.
by the way, I never asked you.
yep.
You play No Man's Sky. What do you think about the laser cutter, that mining tool?
Mhm.
I know you cut with the laser in No Man's Sky. Is it similar with Starfield?
Pretty
Is,
much the same.
like exact same, or does No Man's Sky have a leg up in any way, or
No, it's pretty
it's literally just the same thing?
Why does every space game have a
Laser.
But
Yeah.
like the only difference with No Man's Sky is there's like hazardous flora you can use to mine with it. There's also a terrain manipulator, so you can like make mountains or get rid of
Whoa.
them.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Animal
stuff
Crossing
like
has
that.
that.
Yeah, flatten the terrain around you and stuff.
Dang.
You can't do any of that in Starfield.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
no.
even have you dabbled? Oh, have you guys dabbled with the building with
Yeah.
outposts? Okay.
Oh wait, you can an outpost?
Yeah, you can build outposts in Starfield.
Yeah, I did one.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think you can beat it without ever building one.
No,
I had no
Well,
idea.
Oh,
you
can you
could.
flatten the earth then? Can you raise and terraform the ground?
Can you?
No,
Oh,
No Man's
oh.
Sky you can. I was saying.
Yeah.
No
No.
Man's Sky,
no.
I didn't even know you could build
Yeah.
bases in Starfield.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
I
It's
built
like the same
one,
thing as Fallout 4. I think.
later on, there is a mission where it's like you have to build one. You get it right away, but they don't explain it. So yeah, you can.
You don't
but
explain. Yeah, this game does not explain anything. by the way.
literally nothing.
And
the
yeah.
amount of things that I had to look up.
Yeah, yeah.
The amount of time and just like probably the overall rating it would
Yeah.
get if it had a fucking mini map.
Dude, seriously.
Any
The
map,
map is
no map.
garbage. I completely
Anything
forgot
to
about
tell where the hell I'm
a bunch
going.
of white dots. Like, freaking get out of here.
White dots.
Yeah.
It's like the little arrows are like freaking Lego, any Lego
Yeah,
game with
yeah.
a hub world. You just gotta follow the little like ghost studs.
Yeah, but then after a while, the
Ghost
arrows go
cards.
away, so then you have to click it again.
Yeah, then I
Yeah.
gotta do it
Re-click
again.
it, you know, because why not? You
Yeah.
know, like
Because
why
you gotta
not?
make
Yeah.
sure you can push that button
Yeah, we're just making sure your controller
in
works.
case you just
That's
forgot how fun it was.
Exactly, exactly.
Again.
Press over. You're having fun, right?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
wait, Grant. Final thoughts, bro. Wrap this thing
Yes.
up, bro.
Guys, my final thoughts is I wanted to be Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. I wanted to be zipping around from planet to planet. I wanted to feel like a pirate in the sky. I wanted to feel like I was an astronaut doing cool shit.
Yeah.
No
I
Man's
did-
Sky is the game for you.
I did not feel that way at all. Very little of it is good.
Yep.
All the good parts are toward the very end of the main game. It is convolutedly difficult.
I got a quick question that I'm not sure we
Yeah.
ever talked about. You do talk about like the good part being at the end of the game. How many hours are you in? Like how far is the end of the
Dude,
game?
it's really short.
Really? Like how
Okay,
long? Like
that's good to
like
know.
apparently if the best
Yeah.
is at the end, when does it get good? How long do I have to
15
play?
hours in, which I guess is
15?
terribly short, but
Because
yeah,
I remember
15.
everybody saying 12. Yeah, after the
Yeah,
after the
IGN said
12-hour landmark, that's
I would
when it
say
gets
that
good.
is correct because that last 3 hours of gameplay
Solid.
is the good stuff where I'm like, yo,
Oh, okay.
and that's it.
By the way, you saying you want to be like Buzz Lightyear
Yeah.
reminded me. I want to be like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And the fact there's no music station you can listen to while flying is
Right?
it
Doesn't
sucks.
Fallout
Yeah.
Isn't there an infamous like the Fallout station like
Yeah, there
Fallout
is.
radio? Where's that?
Like, hasn't humanity progressed to the point where we can like stream music on our ship?
Right, right.
You mean to tell me humanity just doesn't have a desire for music?
There's no need.
You've got stars.
Yeah.
You've got space.
Look
What
at
more
the
do you
damn
need?
stars.
Dude, yeah.
You need a freaking radio in your spaceship? Who do you think you
Yeah.
are?
Come on, you have Sam Coe's little girl to keep you company.
Who do you think you are? Three dog? No.
Yeah, come on, come on.
Rip.
But guys, anything else
No.
that we bring up? I think that's about it.
Hear me out.
We
Yeah,
covered
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
around.
Make me an NPC in Starfield. I want to be 4-Dog. I'm the radio host, the
Yo.
radio DJ. Completely original idea here.
Dude, yo.
And I
Yeah.
talk like this, and I
Yeah.
preach to
Yeah.
the children about
Yeah, and you have
good
like
fight.
less polygons than the other NPCs, so you're like, yo. I don't know.
But the funny thing is that there's still no music. So you're like, up next we have.
I
right,
know
guys.
you'll love that one.
That was a banger.
I call
Bye.
this meteorite hitting the side of a spaceship. Ting.
He's just got
Yo,
two
give it
rocks.
up.
He just bangs them together, and that's what it would sound like, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gents.
Look at the Star Show and entertain yourselves, please.
I just shot a hole in my ship. The air is leaving fast.
I can't go.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Now we're just. Well, the more we say, the more I'm gonna complain about the game. But
Yeah.
loading screens. It's 2023. You can hide loading screens better. Like we're hitting like 3 in a row for like you take off. Why
Dude.
can't they just like
Yeah.
Mass Effect uses elevators? Freaking.
Yeah.
You know, other games use a tight hallway where you squeeze through and then it loads. You know.
Yep.
Well, other
Yep.
Bethesda
Oh.
games at least had a picture and some lore to read. This is just a black screen and a
Yeah.
spinning
Like
wheel.
literally doing
Yeah.
something as simple as entering a cave. It's like, no, we gotta load this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Like,
it's
really,
not
you
just
couldn't
like
load that.
it's not just a 5-second load time either. Usually, I'm sitting there for like a minute and a half
Yeah.
to 5 minutes, even at its
It
worst.
takes
Yep.
a while.
And
It's noticeable.
apparently-
And usually, those 5-minute marks are the ones where it just crashes. So it's like I was wasting my time
Yeah,
for no
exactly,
reason.
exactly.
Rip.
Oh man, but yeah, that's quite literally the entire game. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We
that's about it.
covered it well.
We've
That's a good
covered
one,
it well.
guys.
I'd
Guys,
say overall,
Yep.
you put 5 hours into this game, you've seen everything it has to offer.
I 100%.
Really?
I honestly would say so.
Yeah.
Dang.
What haven't you done in the 5-hour period?
I.
You fly around.
That's true.
You have the opportunity to probably work and upgrade your ship.
Yeah.
Plenty of weapons you've probably discovered or bought by that point.
Even if you don't have a big engine, you can still just hop from one planet.
That is
to the
true.
next.
I mean, what
Yeah,
else
you
are you
literally
really missing out
you go
on?
planet, you find something that gives you credits, you go back. Credits aren't shit. They have to find more. They just repeat over and over.
I mean, I'm 15 hours in, and I didn't even know you could build a base. So you know what I mean.
Oh
Yeah,
dang!
yeah.
You
Yeah.
could be the main story,
Yeah,
bro. Why are you?
I could have beaten it. I had no idea. I could have beaten it by now, but I
Yep,
didn't.
yep.
Dang, yeah. Anyway, whatever.
That's
That's
about
crazy.
it. So, guys, final scores. Are we sticking with the same score or lower?
Yeah,
or
I'll still
higher?
do 2 out. I'm gonna do 2 out of 5. I don't know if I did 2.5. I did 2 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe guys later in this year I'll be like, this game's awesome. Right now it's not. So
Honestly, if they come out with some like rad DLC where they're like the alternate universe,
microtransactions.
it's a subscription, like freaking $20 a month. You can experience aliens in space.
That's like, it's like the Mexican like mummy aliens. Like
Yeah, it's just like,
you can put these 2 in your ship for $15.
they don't do anything. They're just like decoration.
Yeah,
you walk
yeah.
past them. $20 a month.
Yo.
Holy.
Yo.
But guys, that is it. Were we too harsh on the game? Let us know. It's
Yeah.
getting a solid 2 out of 5. Bethesda, Do something different. Fallout 5. Do something different. Come on.
Yeah, do something different.
You're making me scared.
You're scaring me. You're scaring your parents, Bethesda.
Dude, Fallout 5, find your mom. See, Bethesda, that's what I mean. Do something different. It's like, yo.
You're really changing the pace here. You're
At long
reinventing the
last.
wheel, and I love it.
Such a different experience.
If only this Fallout game took place in space, fellas. What can I tell you?
Thank goodness. Oh, I hope it doesn't load too fast. I might get startled.
That'd be scary.
I hope it's got characters I actually care about. Oh, wait. I love not caring about my characters.
Beautiful. Perfection.